this Sunday is the World Communication Day. This is started by the Church, so we can say it's a product of the Second Vatican Council that ended in 1965. That time I happened to be in Rome studying theology, and in one of the documents that came out of the Vatican II, the document on communication, was in a way a revolutionary document as far as the Church was concerned, because till then the Church's attitude towards communication was negative, or at best cautionary, we can say. I mean, it is all evil. It is something out to avoid the evils of the mass media, the communication media. But from this document, some positive thinking, the Church's attitude turned out to be quite positive. So that's why I say it was a revolutionary, it was a sea change in the Church's attitude towards communication media. And then Pope Paul VI started the first World Communication Day in 1967. So actually the Society of Jesus also in a way was very much part of this whole movement, and Father Rupe was the new general of the society, and he also took it upon himself to start for the Jesuits a worldwide communication network called GESCOM, and he was very much personally interested that this movement picks up. So coming back to the World Communication Day, 67 was the first message that came out, and since then every year the Pope has come out with a message. Message would be published sometime in January. But the Communication Day itself was the Sunday before Pentecost. So it's quite a gap between the release of the message and the actual day of the World Communication Day. And that was done on purpose because the Pope wanted the whole Church to prepare itself, become aware of communication media. And on this day of the World Communication Day, they come out with some programs, mass awareness about communication and the Church's involvement in communication, etc. This was the purpose. Now this year's the topic of the message. So the topic of, each year the Holy Father focuses on one specific topic in the area of communication. Now this year's topic was or is "The truth will make you free." That's a quotation taken from St. John's Gospel, and then the Pope relates it beautifully with what communication is all about. And it's very interesting. The subtitle of this message is "Fake News" and how to engage in communication or in journalism. He says specifically journalism for peace. Journalism for peace. The thinking is when communication relies on truth, that communication will bring about peace in the world. This is the premise, and this is the logic by which the Pope is building up this message. So the Pope builds up this message about fake news. Now this is something very, very timely for our country now, because we are flooded with a lot of fake news by certain groups, certain interested groups in the country, precisely to bring about division among people. Now, interestingly, the Pope starts with about the fake news already from the beginning of creation, biblically. the serpent comes to tempt Adam and Eve, and the serpent comes, that is the first fake news. The serpent tells them that if you eat this tree, you will become like God. So, what is evil in the mind of the serpent is presented as a desirable good to Adam and Eve. So they get caught up in that one, and they don't think any further whether God meant something good for them or not. Now immediately the fake news has converted God into a villain, saying God, He did not want these humans to become knowledgeable and wise like God Himself. So the Pope draws out the instances from the scripture. The Pope cautions about the fake news, and then says how can we recognize fake news? One way is the fake news is always in order to create division among people. It is never to bring about any good for the people concerned. It is always bring about problems and division among people. We can think of several examples from our own life in our political situation in India in the recent past, and several instances where fake news has been used precisely to create division among various linguistic, ethnic and religious groups in our country. So then the Pope proceeds to say, if you stick to truth in your reporting, in your journalism, that journalism will, by its own internal dynamic, bring about peace in our country. So this is the sum of the Pope's message for this year. Now this was not the first time this message insists on truth. Earlier, I think in 1972 or something, again, maybe Pope Paul VI had a message which the title was the communication media at the service of truth. So again, the insistence on journalism, media, mass media, everything, its relationship with truth is very, very much important for us, for believers, for the church, and for those of us who want good in our society.